Hello, Conquerors! Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Purple Bull Moose, and here we cover everything Old World. So please, if you want to support the channel, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what else you want to see from Old World. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. After a little bit of deliberation, we have finally determined exactly who we want to kill. Target acquired, the Kush. The reason why we chose to take on the Kush is fairly simple. They are currently the points leader. They have an amazing ability based off of the current military scores between the Kush and Babylon that they are most likely to run away with the game. If they are able to conquer all the Babylon, then we aren't going to be able to complete our ambitions or even get our points without taking them on. So, I want to take them on now when they are just stronger than us, not much stronger than us, before I see too many upgraded 8 strength units. That is the sweet spot that we're trying to hit. We just got our brand new Zealot leader. Not the best leader, but I'll take him. And it's time to come to the rescue of Babylon. We need to keep our peace in the south. That's why we decided not to go for Assyria or for Greece. We are actually able to maintain peace between all 3 of our nations. So until I hit that 8th ambition, which is killing 5 Kush cities, we should be able to maintain very nice relations inside the game. Now, because we do have a Zealot leader, we do need to save our civics and training. Zealots are one of the best late game leader archetypes, and I'm going to show you why. Let's get into it. We have accumulated all our forces here in the west. We have some decent scouting on Kush. I would, however, like a little bit more. I'm going to take some time to bring this scout back and work this one in a little bit deeper into territory. I'm pretty sure because he is hidden right now that even when they capture this, he'll remain hidden inside of these borders. So that's pretty good. No forests around here to take advantage of. We'd like to get up on a hill somewhere, quite frankly. So maybe instead of going here, I want to run you back here. Just to give us the most potential vision. Be able to keep an eye on the front lines. We'll bring this guy to come back to keep an eye on potential reinforcements. We're hoping to catch him a little out of position. He does not have his units upgraded. We are about to upgrade all of these guys to Bodkin Arrow, but we might need to jump off before then. We're currently generating 100 science a turn, which is not great, but it's not terrible. We'll get this in 6 years, which means we'll get this in 10. So all in all, 16 years is a long time to let Kush have their way with Babylon. So I don't think we have an opportunity to wait. We do have a nice young prince, and he's going to be in the chair soon, severely ill and doomed. He's not our best potential leader. I've definitely done better. He's only a 6 out of 10. Hopefully, maybe we get an event that takes away Bitter, but meh. He's at least robust, so robust is certainly going to help for all the cities that we have. It's 0.5 orders, and we have 12 cities. So that's a solid 6 orders extra in our back pocket from the prince. On top of that, he's certainly going to be able to take advantage of our massive stockpiles. We have some great civics and some great training. Zealots are able to rush out units utilizing their training, can hurry production on units. All units have an extra 1 fatigue, so we'll be able to take advantage of those extra orders that we're going to pick up. And with our civics, we can use the enlist ability to steal away units, especially key units, especially units that have high veterancy. Oh my god, I want this archer so bad. This archer is amazing. It has Eagle Eye, Marksman, Combat 1, and Fierce. It's going to be so good to turn back on them. So, you know, coming up with our little shopping list, determining what units are actually really good to steal is exactly what we want to do. Not to mention, I can use this archer better. We'll steal this archer away. We'll upgrade it. Phenomenal. All sounds very good. Besides that, I'm really only looking at his horsemen. We don't know what tech Kush is going to go for level 8 units. But from all our scouting, we're not seeing literally any. The queen is a tactician, which is scary to go into war against. And she is assigned onto a horseman, which is pretty spooky. A combat 2 horseman, pretty spooky in and of itself. We do have spears, so we should be able to deal with that fairly easily if she makes it to the front lines before all her spears are gone. But we shall see. We just recently adopted the volunteers law. We're going to use Nice's nice little plump citizen total here to get out 3 ships. I think that'll be a nice way to spark off the war, grabbing basically, potentially, complete naval superiority. By having 3 ships to their 1, we can come out surrounded and crush it pretty quickly. We would also be able to rush out yet another ship if we wanted those, or we can just keep pumping out archers or spearmen. In this position, considering the elephants, considering the horsemen, a spearman might be nice. He also has a lot of spears himself, so axemen could be nice. Infantry for sure. Maybe even cannon fodder, frankly. Taking cannon fodder into consideration, I think I'm going to grab a couple of conscripts in the places that aren't already making units. We are trying, in a small sense, to save our training and our civics production. So maintaining Carthago, working on something else for a couple of turns, doesn't sound the worst. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and grab some conscripts all over the nation. Conscripts are great. I like to have them on hand just because you can throw them away and not worry about it too much. I'll do this one after the woodcutter. But the best part about that is that you want to be able to trade with the AI. The AI will prioritize kills, so if you can bait them into coming into certain areas because you have some juicy cannon fodder, that's a pretty good setup. I do want to take a look at our available governors. We're trying to find anybody who has intelligence, Cato, just to see if we're able to squeeze out any more science from our game. We are running a little bit behind on where I like to be scientifically. So perhaps instead of going for conscripts in Carthago, I can break the rule immediately and just try to go for more science and elder poets an extra 4. Although that's going to take away pretty much all of our civics production. So, nope, that's exactly why we're going conscripts, and a 3-turn conscript is pretty good in and of itself. Besides that, the rest of the map is going to be working on their first builders. We'll work on conscripts, I suppose, out of these places as well. Ooh, goody hut. Gotta remember to grab that with this horse. But everybody else is going to be focusing on making their top-tier units. We're still getting Nice online, militarily speaking. We are still getting... actually, I guess we might as well make Frostreach a military city, too. If it pops out a unit, it'll be easily able to connect it. And we'll be grabbing Celeb first. So, yeah. Really wish we were able to get this city instead of losing it from Kush. Getting a second city that could have made the elephants really could have made a difference here. But no point fretting over that. We have 4 lazy workers. If you're here, that means you can be building a range. And I think we have our last range here, so that is going to be all the military buildings we can actually get inside a pincushion. Walls are coming online shortly. Love to see it. For everybody else, let's just go ahead and make some roads. We do want it to be easier for our units to be able to come off of this little highway directly back on in. I also don't really want to be using you to take up any more of my build orders. So I might just be using my extra worker orders to just chop down as many trees as we can to get a stockpile of wood for mass upgrades. More units to make it to the front lines. Keep on dragging them out. End our year. All right. It's now a legacy. We only have 20 turns to complete it. Yikes. All right. Well, the king is here. I don't know if we're going to be able to capture 4 cities in 20 years. That's going to be a tough bargain. But considering that is the case, I definitely think it's time that we start moving in. Hopefully, Kush can hold on to these cities because it'll be very easy to capture them away. End of an era. We'll take the XP. Foreign delegation. This is the one that makes me ruthless. Interesting. I do like a ruthless leader. The extra 2 is very good. I become unpopular. I have the civics to work for that. An axeman in Carthago. You know, I'll take the extra turn of science. That just seems to have the most discipline behind it. We want to get through stirrups as quickly as we can. Cancel trade. They're displeased with our connections with Assyria. No, the triumvirate is very important to me. I'm sorry, I can't piss off Assyria. In fact, I want to be making nice with Assyria and Greece immediately. In fact, I think we'll hold off on at least one turn on this war, just to make sure that we're able to keep nice with our triumvirate. Choose a new governor. In Carthago. Hard to turn down this one. Extra 2 orders is definitely worth the loss of 66 gold. Not to mention we want to keep the civics count high inside of the city. Let's first focus on our relationships. We don't want these to fall out. Greece needs some work, so we're going to take some luxuries, send them their way, get them out of the negatives while we start working on that. And then, who's younger? You're younger. So let's go ahead and send a trade mission and an influence mission. Also, they could take some furs, so they shall. And we'll start working on keeping the peace between everybody. For all those that were commenting on the videos, that is why you hold on to your luxuries. They can certainly be used somewhere, but when you take them away from somebody, it really pisses them off. So having them in your back pocket to handle these changes in who's leading the nation is certainly useful. But let's start thinking about our particular guy. We only have one set of 8 strength units, so we want to put him on somebody who is able to get trained up considerably. Bloodthirsty is very good. I like that, especially on a leader. But you have access to Combat 1. So I'm going to grab Combat 1 here. Damn, no Combat 2. Let's see. Alright, Bloodthirsty already and access to Combat 1. So let's grab Combat 1. And we have access to Combat 2. Okay, great. So with Bloodthirsty and a very high potential to get Combat 3, that's going to be very good. So Bloodthirsty, Combat 3, I'm going to drop the leader on this after we get trained up. And I like to do this every single time that I'm going on the offensive. I want to make at least one Wrecking Ball. The importance of that is to make sure that your army, they are the cannon fodder. Your one particular unit, that is your scalpel. You want to be going into the heat of the fights, taking on the hottest targets with your leader unit, but then filling them in around with a whole bunch of cannon fodder to soak up the damage that might be coming for them as a reprisal. It's very, very important to do that. Please, everybody, make sure you're doing that. If there's one thing you learn from my lessons, use the Wrecking Ball. I like the idea of getting this onager in line. We definitely need it to be set up for range. I'm going to conserve most of my training here. I will focus on getting this unit completely upgraded, but I will otherwise hold on to my training. Let's take a peek. Do we have good generals, though? That's always a good expenditure. We do have good generals. We have a lot of good young generals, so I cannot be mad about that. I'm actually going to take the time to assign all of them. Fantastic. Really lucky that we have this many. And the king himself will be on a unit, but not until later. All of our spearmen are fortifying. They are either on forts, on strongholds, on garrisons, so you really can't ask for better than that. The worst case scenario is back here in the barracks, but quite frankly, they're going to get backed up by all this cav, so I'm not worried about them. Naval superiority has likely been reached. I will take a second just to peek out over here. That does appear to be his only ship, but it would not hurt just to grab an extra backup right here. And because we do have volunteers, and we do plan on getting rid of the volunteer law and switching over to professional army, we might as well make use of all of the rushes with volunteers we can in the meantime. The biggest threat to my units is going to be their spearmen, so I do want to make sure that I'm taking some time to rush out a couple of axemen. Not really the best, but again, we're just making use of the total citizens that we have. We will burn through all of those in Frostreach and Nice. 4 boats should be enough, and we're definitely getting close to the point where I'm ready to start going into war. Our economy's doing great. We're 16 turns away, so I don't even need to use my extra orders to chop wood. Our economy is fantastic. A little extra food certainly wouldn't hurt, especially when all my units move out of friendly territory. Whole bunch of nice food over here, but they're actually not the best returns. A lot of growth, but not a lot of food. Turreted elephant requires 4 citizens. Not going to have that for 15 years, but maybe on the next turn we'll be able to at least get one rush out. Internal politics are looking phenomenal. Gotta love that that has maintained over the course of the changeover. Very happy to see that. We do still have some additional units. We will be bringing them to the front. We are going to keep on filling up whatever areas that we can. But I'm running out of excuses to not start this war. We're young. We want the stats. I'll take the XP. Won't even look at the rest of the stuff. Barding and infantry square isn't really in the cards. Capture 5 fort in cities. Well, that's really in line with what we're already doing, so I can't be mad about that. And I think we kind of have to start the conquest. I don't think we can avoid it. If we can take 4 cities in this amount of time, then one, we're really good at this game. But even if we can't, we're still going for the 5 cities. So working on this, I think, is going to be really good. And we might as well do it while Babylon still has some fight in them. I think that'll be the best case. So let's go ahead and just declare war. Here we go. All right, we're not in position to push out and take anything just yet, but we do want to set out some bait. So we are going to bring some units out to the front. These tribal guys that we don't really care much about, and see if they will come in at all and take the bait. We want to make sure we are immediately grabbing naval superiority. He does not stand a chance. 4 boats and eliminated. We will immediately be taking all of these nets offline. Inside of Frost Reach, I will take another conscript. Inside of Nice, I will take another axeman and use the volunteers to hurry them out. I think I'm officially out of places that we can use volunteers. Nope, one more spot. Very nice. I guess we can rush this one too. Definitely took a dip a little bit in our family opinion, but in my opinion, it's very worth it. Able to use up all of our excess growth in all of these cities. Not going to complain about that. Can I get anyone in here? Not quite, but I can rush out these walls. So I shall. And then start working on a conscript in here as well. Although, actually, you make archers faster than you make conscripts, so let's go ahead and grab yet another axeman. And the war machine is turned completely on. Our entire nation is pretty much committed to the war effort at this point. Even the boonies are doing council missions. Let's see. Do we get even more lucky? Free unit out of this relic? No, but we do get science. Ooh, no, the triumph is good, but not in this city. Gold is fine, but we have plenty. I will take the extra turn of science, please and thank you. If we are using these guys as cannon fodder, I'd like to bring them to the front. Bring all our units to the front. If we have a free upgrade, we'll take it. Anybody else have any upgrades they need? No, not quite. We want to make sure that the king is at least in the fight. Don't want him to miss out on the action, but we do want to take the time to upgrade this unit before we use him too much. If an opportunity does come up where we can use him next turn to recapture a unit, I think we will. So many damn elephants. Don't want to lose any. These guys might be a little bit too far. But no, we do want them to come in. If the onager can't hit, I want them to be enticing enough. If I bring them too far close to the city, they might not get any attention. They can't be one-shot. So to kill these units, these 3 that we don't care about, they'll have to bring out 6. And if we can eliminate 6 units, that is very good for us. In Carthago, I think I'm going to take the time to actually grab a 1-turn decree before we finish this conscript. It's just too strong, and getting this 1 is going to give us an extra 9 orders next turn, which we very well may need. I guess we might as well take some time to get whatever units we need to defend against raids ready and prepared. We have a very small skirmish force, but it should be enough. And I'm not going to send any of my workers to any additional tasks. I don't want them to take up orders. In fact, we're going to bring some to the front lines, just in case we need additional cannon fodder. It might seem heartless, but when you're playing against the highest level of AI, you can never be too careful. Okay. Okay. Interesting. We definitely have some targets. And again, we're doing it at the right point. They do still have some onagers. We definitely want them to be able to unlimber, and so we can fight back a little bit. Hopefully that's enough of a line to at least distract some of the Kush forces. All right, Greece is at war with Thracians. Good. Hopefully they can get rid of them so I don't have to deal with that level of raid. King is led to an event. Severely ill. Oh no, Cato. And my wife is eloquent. Great. Is she... Oh, well, if you're eloquent, you actually would have made a better governor for the capital. Spy versus spy. Okay, influence event. Oh, this is the one where we can try to entice the prince. This is interesting. Sometimes this works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't. Our agents in Assyria have found it difficult to make contact with Bazaya, encountering strong resistance in the form of a spy network run by his heir. Nimidu, any attempts to sway Bazaya's opinion have failed, although the prince's interest seems piqued by this game of intrigue. This may be an unexpected opportunity to endear ourselves to the prince. I'll come back to this. If I have the spare orders, which I doubt I will, we can go for this. Mysterious infant. One night, your wife strolls through the gardens and discovers a small bundle resting beneath the tree. Well, we don't got a baby already, and... Oh, we do have a baby. Hello, baby. But we can get a new baby. Ezumar can be adopted. Is he blessed? He is. We like blessed. Come on in. Welcome to the family. So right here is our best route opportunity. Let's start with spears. Grab a hit here. Can't quite get a kill, but we will come a little bit forward with one arrow to get a shot and to pull off a quick route. That'll push this spear back and closer to us. And because of its high veterancy, I will actually take the time to steal it. I will come here, enlist, and steal. Now we get a nice full health unit. That's all nice and defended up. Very good. Let's start with spears first. Heckler is pretty good, but this guy might not survive this, so I'm going to grab Heckler on you, but not use you just yet. We'll use the green units, both in veterancy and in color. We need a 2-spot here. This garbage elephant can do 12 damage, 8 damage, 10 damage, 11 damage. We want to set up a route and potentially trade 4 for 1, or however many it takes. So getting you in position, we need 8 damage on you. Again, we'll start with spears. That's 5. That's 6. The route begins. Again, back to spears. Against this bow, we're actually going to use spears predominantly. We need 12 damage, which is a lot. Not sure we're going to be able to get there without leaving ourselves pretty open. Unfortunately, this unit is just a little bit too tanky. I guess we don't really care about losing this unit. That was the entire idea. And we can force march this guy in to get a route. Get a hit. And then come in with yet another bow to finish. Again, we are mostly trying to establish a front line here. So being able to put units in place where they can both hold the line is going to be in our best interest, while also taking pieces off the board. That's 5 kills, but I don't love our position. My guess is we take probably about 5 additional losses here, but we shall see. I'm not going to try to assassinate the king. We're trying to play nice, so we will. And as for production, Reduction, we're going to keep on churning out some axemen. Cannon fodder is going to still be useful. And grab turreted elephants everywhere else. Breadbasket can keep working on conscripts. Eventually, we will need the cannon fodder to come to the front. End the year. Alright, luckily they are still distracted, using a lot of their orders and units to maintain the assault on Babylon. But obviously, they can't ignore us entirely. We are seeing a lot of those Magi archers. We would like to take those out. I imagine those are probably going to be the most easily upgradable. That's 2 units down. We expected to lose 5. So all considered, that's actually pretty good. And the queen is involved in the other attack. All right. And good. Babylon's able to strike back pretty hard. Stirrups is online. Cato is dead. That's too bad. And the Spy Master is ill. That is really too bad. Okay. I'm not giving you orders. I don't want to give you civics, and I don't want to give you training. But I do want your opinion boost. We do need to make nice with the other nations. So I am going to give you some civics. We already have a great opinion with our people. We're going to piss off somebody either way. I'd rather keep Babylon a little happier with us. The king is no longer bitter, but I become extravagant. Okay, we got plenty of cash to spend. Or I get extra... No, I want the defense. Please and thank you. Oh, I'm ill now. Gross. All right, overflowing with hate. The warm baths are finished in Carthago. The benefits of divine patronage are dubious, as reports soon arrived that pagan community in the city started to throw lead-cursed tablets into the water. Okay. But we get a free master doctor for our troubles. That's pretty damn good. Yeah, hard to turn down free science. Thanks. And choose a new governor. Not really anybody of note. So I don't really want to take the orders to do so. Upgrade our ambassador. We'll take the extra religious opinion. Certainly doesn't hurt. And no Bodcanero. So we are delayed even further, which is pretty tragic. But if we do have to be delayed, we want to be delayed the least amount. So I think metaphysics is it here. Don't be wrong, machinery would be great. Ballistas would be great. All of this is very good. But I want to get over to cartography to get steel research. I want this science to go by faster, because after Bodkin Arrow, I'd love to get my hands on cohorts. We need something to be able to cut down any potential pikemen that might come out to counter our elephants. The AI, it turned 88. They are erudite. They have the science. It's just whether or not they have the resources. So I think it's only a matter of time before we see pikemen out on the field. All right, only lost 3 units. 2, however, were turreted elephants, so not exactly the best mix. But certainly a decent trade. Now that they're all here, hot and bothered, I actually think a tactical retreat is in our best interest. The reason for this being is that we do want to make sure that we're maintaining our troops. It's always nice to fight on territory that's yours. We have an onager already set up and prepped. We have all these fortifications in-house. Our cannon fodder is here, and if they want to waste orders coming to us, that is almost always better than us wasting orders coming to them. We also came out and had a good trade. I'll trade my dumb guys for their decent guys. I think it was 6 and 6. So all in all, not bad. Not to mention we got a pretty nice spearman unit for our troubles. And we also want to take some time to continue to upgrade our leader. We're going to have access to Combat 3 next turn if they don't move in. And if they do move in, all the better. Not to mention, we do have all of this nice cannon fodder ready and available. We should take some time to bring them up to into the fold. Grab Warden in case we end up fighting in defensively. All right, Kush, do your worst. All right, good. The queen continues to put herself into harm's way, especially on an elite unit. We want to see that go down. Looks like we're going to lose this boat, but that's all right. We still maintain naval superiority. They would have to rush out at least 3 ships to even contest. Unfortunately, Kush isn't so foolhardy as that they're just going to charge on into us. And in the meantime, we gave Babylon at least a little bit of breathing room, and they're claiming some serious casualties on their end. Yeah, screw the ambassador. I don't care about you. I will absolutely take the 700 free training. The one that would be king. The hero rebel slave. Interesting. Right in Azerbaijan, we get 2 rebels and 4 units. I think it's best to nip this one in the butt. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate this. The only thing it ends up being in the end is makes you give up your... It makes this oligarch die, and it makes you give up your slave law. So I'm okay with just dealing with this immediately. In fact, this one elephant should be more than enough to handle all of this. We'll send you to clean it up. Easy enough. And we will take the time to go into friendly territory to get this last health back and upgrade the king to combat 3. So now we are bloodthirsty, saddleborn, combat 3. 11 strength with our zealot on there, and that's while we're sick. But we are doomed. So that's some kind of crap luck. So I guess I'm not going to show off how good the zealot is anymore anyways. Ugh. Well, if our zealot's doomed, we might as well make use of the rushing. So let's do another round of some pretty serious rushes. Rush with training. I'd like to keep some stockpile. 600 seems reasonable. But we do have orders that we can rush with. So let's rush with some orders. Rush with some orders. Oh, and if we're not going to be using our civics, we might as well get professional army. Extra, 50% extra XP. I'll grab a decree in 2 years. Sounds good. And I guess just finish rushing out all this cannon fodder with our orders that we're not otherwise using. And I guess we might as well get 1 unit out of here too. Another axeman doesn't seem bad. All right. Gonna take the time to upgrade this unit. I think I'm actually gonna bring them to the front. Never hurts to have another pretty elite unit. So a horseman who's almost 8 level strength is pretty solid. And I guess if you gotta work on something, trapper's not the worst. Weird year, but again, it's just a waiting year. We'll end it and we'll pick it up the next. Come on, Kush, have a backbone. Do some damage. All right, they're still poking at our boats. If this boat survives, I will save it. But it won't. But actually, they're making pretty decent cannon fodder, too. All right, metaphysics is up. All right. Oh, my lord. The turnover is absolutely killer. I guess I will take the Rifle Air Regent. So we still have a zealot. This is so gross. Jewish cities get cash, and I lose 3 legitimacy. Or I gain 3 legitimacy, and I piss off Judaism. Yeah, screw Judaism. Killed in cold water. Alright, Carthago is stunned by the apparent murder in his cold baths. But if you ask any of 2 people what happened, you get 3 different versions of the event. Sounds like the Diodans had too much wine. Or I can be devout and pay my way out of it. Yeah, sounds good. Demons possess them. Prayers. I am devout. Carthago flourishes. Alright, that extra culture brought up my capital, the legendary. That's kind of cool. And still no Bodcanero. What the hell? Come on. We don't need administration. I guess battle line is the only thing here that I'm really interested in. So battle line it is. 5 years, though, is brutal. No, I'm not waiting 5 years. I'll take the food boost. It's 1 year. Get me back to Bodkin Arrow. That's what this force would really like to have. I think we can actually clinch some really nice kills here. So I'm going to try. Alright, I would like to take out these 2 units at the very least. I'm willing to even trade the ships for it. So if we come down here, we can grab a poke here and a poke here. It looks like it's going to take us 2 elephants to commit to it. So if we move 1 in, we can then move in the other zealot. We can disarm you and route through. Now you're not in cover, so we will be able to do more damage with our bows from various distances. Let's grab 3. We need to do a total of 6 more, so 2 sets of 3 would be perfect. That's another 3. That's another 3. Finish the route. And we're a nice little comfort here. Time to move in with the fodder. We're going to start with spears. More than happy to trade off spears. We want to move our onager into place. If we can grab this hill and hold this hill, that's going to give us great range for potential reprisals that'll come on in. I do want to get this kill. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to take 2 more archers. But that's fine. We'll commit. And then the rest is just cannon fodder. We are blocking the way in using workers. We are going to hold this fort using an actual unit. Hold this line with an actual unit. Hold this line with an actual unit. Heal. Assign the... Where am I? I'm the general of the turreted elephant. Oh, I'm already up here. Alright, luckily I'm in a very nice position. I should have stolen one of those units. But we should start bringing our additional elephants to the front. We could have waited another turn. We could have spent that whole turn bringing all this cannon fodder to the front. That might have even been smart. But there were 3 easy kills to pick up right there. I think we're probably going to lose less than 3 kills in return. Or if we do lose them, I would rather take off his units that he can likely upgrade to level 8 and sacrifice them for a couple of spears we're not really using. Production is needed all over. We're going to lock in just straight decrees here in the capital. That is what that city does now. We are going to grab council from pretty much everywhere on the borders. The reason for that being, instead of going for more conscripts, is that they're just, you know, very order intensive to move to the front. And we're just not going to need them anytime soon. We do have some troops coming out of the north from Kush to contend with, but again, I think they have their hands busy with us here in the east and Babylon here in the south. You can keep coming with the axemen. That I do not mind. And Elephante does only one thing. For our weird coronation festival, we're going to, well, free units is free units, so we're going to grab a free archer. Sounds great. And end our year. We've been going pretty much all in with all these rushes, and we finally brought, only for a brief moment, Kush to similar. But it's nice to know that they are just beyond. All right. So not interesting in completely running away, but also not really coming too far forward. Three units for 2 units and a worker sounds completely fine by me. Are they finally going to kill my scout? The AI just does not prioritize scouts. I feel like the Mohawk should look into this a little bit. Like, this guy should totally be dead. But I'll take advantage of the exploit. Oh. A little poke here and there. Alright, there you go, Babylon. Dishing out at least a little bit of something. Food boost is here. Spy Master is dead. That's really too bad. But somehow it doesn't really seem like it affected our science too much. With a killer loose in Carthago. Oh, this is the hunt for the killer. All right. Send whatever Carthago needs. Nope, that is orders in civics. No thank you. Oligarch becomes endeared to me if I summon the best healers to help. Okay. Or I get points with the families. I could use the points with the Diodans specifically, so I will take that. A fiery end. The killer who claimed several lives in Carthago is no more. Sadly, even his final moments were some of the city's worst. The city guard had managed to track the killer down. He had been living out an abandoned workshop where he rested during the day while prowling the city at night. Gross. Let's go ahead and see. Extra rushing, extra stealing. Rushing, stealing, rushing, stealing. I'm going to take extra stealing and choose a new spy master while we're at it. 10 family opinion and 5 science. Not bad. And oh my god, where is Bodcanero? Come on. That is quite annoying, really. Okay. So we could go martial code. Go up to barding. We do have some veteran horses that would make really good cataphracts. But we already have plenty of routing, so I'm not really worried about that. Cohorts is really the next thing on my mind. So I guess cartography? Yeah, I mean, get us the extra access to science, so we can at least start stealing Kush's science as well. They are still erudite. Greece is erudite. Geez, even Assyria has learned above us. So yeah, actually, maybe we could use a little bit more science. But honestly, for 2 archers, for 2 spearmen and a worker, it's not bad. It really isn't bad. There is a nice veteran unit here. I don't really love their upgrades, though. Focus 1 and Guard 1 is pretty next to useless. It does say it has 3 levels, though, so I think that means it has an upgrade that we get to choose. So getting Guard 2 would actually be pretty good. Guard 2 Focus 1 is maybe worth stealing. I really want this archer, but it looks like we're going to lose it to the Babylon's killing spree. I don't want to lose my scout. Frankly, it might even be a better idea for us to keep an eye on our fight. Just let Babylon handle it. Besieger's pretty good here. Melee damage is pretty good here. I'll take Besieger. That's pretty disgusting. And I want to take out this Maceman because it scares me. For the spears, we're going to bring up the Axemen. That's exactly why we built them. And I'm going to take the time to come in and steal this unit. Yep, and we do get a free upgrade for that. If he does survive, we can, in fact, get Guard 2. So that's actually pretty good. If he survives. Going to come here, panic this guy into this corner. We can get some damage off here. So let's go ahead and poke. Well, actually, we probably don't even need to. No, yeah, we do, because we need to route in the other direction. So we'll come and poke, finish with a boat. We need 4 more damage. We can get 2 here. We can get 4 if we just go right in on them. So we shall. And we will get an additional route off. Need 6 damage on him. We can come in, get another kill for another route here. Keep the route going. We need 9 damage now. Can't really do that without risking another pretty good unit. And I don't want my elephants on the front line. I can stomach 1 elephant on the front line, but not 2. We will move a worker in to disarm and weaken this one particular unit. We will block with additional cannon fodder, just so they have to attack us and kill us via range. Or focus on our workers, which is completely fine. And if they do manage to kill here and push in, we are still in range of this onager. And frankly, we could use more cannon fodder on the front lines. So I'm going to take some time to bring in some of these tasty reinforcements. And I guess keep working on more cannon fodder. Doesn't hurt. End the year. They're backing up. 3 attacks, all to take down our 1 unit. Coming in with some pretty decent units, but again, attacking our weakest, our cannon fodder, exactly what we want to see. So far it's a sacrifice of, in my opinion, just one elephant. And we're bringing a lot of these units close to the front. All in an onager range, so we might actually get a nice solid reprisal here. Tribal raid. Ambush general. Our unit is killed. He can become captured, but we get extra gold. Becomes captured, or we become vigilant. But we are not terrifying. Either way, he's captured. We don't really need vigilant. So I will grab the extra discipline. Well, I don't care to destroy the entire nation of Kush. I don't really have the time. So I'll just take the XP. And Warlock sounds pretty good. I'm starting to really like this leader. Might be a shame to see them go. I do have another enlist, which seems pretty good to me. And one of the best things about conscripts is they have anti-cav damage, which is pretty hilarious. Let's hit this one here. Do some splash damage to everybody. Take a poke with you. I do think I want to end by stealing this unit from them. It's a nice upgraded unit. It'll die, but again, we want to be using our enlist every single turn if we can. That unfortunately means that we won't be able to use our unique unit as a router, which is frankly a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Ooh, you're a good general. Definitely want to make sure you are going to be in use next year, especially on this unit. You're fantastic. Yeah, 12 strength. Ooh, baby, we're going to have fun with you. Okay. So if we're not routing with you, we're routing with you. If we're routing with you, you do 14 damage. My lord. That means we really just need a little tickle. Tickle. Route. I'll bring this militia here for another tickle into a route. If we boop you, you'll move. I guess we can do that. Boop you, move, brave. So now that you're up here, we're going to come. We're going to enlist. We're going to steal you. Come in with some spears. Looks pretty good. I'll take a free axeman right on the front line. Sounds ridiculous. Maybe grab an extra kill. Why not? Use the spears for what they're here for. Move the cannon fodder into the front lines. You're only here to die. I'm sorry, but that is in fact your purpose. Get a nice little kill there. Interesting battle lines are forming. Coming in and disarming this maceman seems wise. We should be able to further pick it off. Almost entirely. Very nice. I'm going to put this boat in position to give us additional mobility. Get another one here. Here. For even more mobility. Give us access to this entire coastline. If they draw fire, they draw fire. I don't really care. Again, everything that isn't our elephants is fodder. We got an amazing unit coming in next turn. Let's go ahead and run in the spears to be the front line. That is what they are here for. And while we have a second, let's make sure we're taking the time to bring in more cannon fodder. I love how fast they are with a swift zealot. That is crazy. 5 movement on each guy is absolutely insane. In pincushion. We got some pretty solid military performance. Spearmen, seamen, order. And you're there. All right, some minor retreating. Can we get some major retreating? No. Too much to ask for. Yeah, okay. Easy come, easy go, free axemen. They are really beating up on that traitor unit. But that's fine. I would too. Poking at my cannon fodder. Can't complain about that too much. And annoyingly, they are setting themselves up very well to not get routed. Okay, offensive remarks. The King of Babylon is planning an offensive against your shared enemy, the Kush, and seeks to negotiate a shared plan of attack. We support an attack on I don't know what Babylon pairs to attack. They're already at war. It doesn't even say allows for new events. I've never seen this event before. I'm tempted just to take the XP, but I'm actually a lot more curious on what this would do. So they will attack their own cities to recapture their own cities. So I would rather you focus on to detract more forces away. Because I want Murad. Because that has the wonder. Alright, go for Not something I really want to spend my training on, but I'm curious about how that'll work. Alright, we got big scary unit. Let's come in and do big scary damage. Rout. Alright. Victory for the queen. The unit, this guy should like me. He likes me a lot. Great. Okay. Proclaimed my good leadership. He gets extra defense. We lose gold. He gets extra XP. No, I'll take just the extra defense, please. Do a quick poke. Keep the route going. And unfortunately, that's as far as this route is likely to get. Because you can't route through conscripts. Which is shameful, in my opinion. We do have an 8 strength unit here. See game, somebody gets longbowmen. And because they've come to the front line, I will be very happy to steal them. Doesn't seem likely that we can, though. I'll boop you this way. That'll chase you here. And let's see if we can set up a route on these units. 7. Alright, let's just keep moving the front line up. No reason we gotta get fancy with it. We'll just stay nice and simple. Grab some kills where we can. Move up the important units onto the front line. It would be lovely to be able to grab this unit, but it doesn't seem particularly likely. I will grab this hill on Limber with our onager. We do need more front line, so I'll bring some more in. Frankly, we do need more elephants, so I'll bring some of those in as well. Only got 4 kills this turn. Doesn't feel like a lot. I'd like to get a good steal here. But we're not going to be able to get a steal without putting our leader in jeopardy. And it's not even particularly good steals. I think we just pressure the 8 strength unit, soften it up for next turn. Hopefully be able to do better next turn. End our year. Not a great showing. A little disappointed with how that turned out. Probably could have done better if I thought it through a little bit more, but at least we got the new positioning with the onager. Lost a crappy elephant. Not a huge loss. Cannon fodder is being targeted next. Ideal. Okay. Now that's looking like a solid route. Do you gonna put something else nice in here? Maybe. Definitely losing some units here. I don't know where you are, Babylon, but I want to see that offensive that you promised me. Alright, old enough to be tutored. Manny. Manny makes a good tutor. Just in time. I'll take the 2 science and the court scholar. Fantastic. And I'll absolutely take the 2 cannon fodders. Sounds perfect. Tactics student with you. Choose a new governor of Nice. I don't think I care. In fact, I know I don't. So pass. You tutored. Okay, Manny just in time. Welcome, welcome. Man, this longbow is tanky. That is very upsetting. All right. I want to focus down this crossbow because I want the crossbow for myself. I could come in, do a big bang, and put this guy in harm's way, but I won't because I can get away with less. I only need a little to steal you. I need 5 damage, but if I hit you here, you're just going to go back onto this stronghold and get infantry bonus, so I can't do that. I need 5 damage. No one's in a particularly good position. You can take guard too. So I suppose we'll just have to bring you down with a million tiny cuts. Is that enough? I need one more. I need one more. Cut. In. Enlist. Give me my first longbowman. I can't believe I had to steal it. Oh, that's so upsetting. Swing these guys into harm's way. Be very aggressive with them. We are trying to bring you down if we can. We do have a big slugger right here, but we could use a little bit more backup from range. Can we get 3 damage from distance? We can. Swing around. Dead. You are going to be tough. We definitely want you strong while damaged. We lost 4. And we only killed 2. We stole 1. But now they have to deal with how tanky that unit is. Alright, spears are in a good position to grab me a kill here, so they shall. You can hit this guy to get splash damage kill here. Bring in more front line. Take a poke here because we don't want to fight across this river. You come over here, grab extra damage. You get extra damage. You give me 1 point of damage here so I can bring you in and kill. All right, 4 deaths for 4 kills, and I got a steal, so that's even more in our favor. We're going to keep improving the front line. And if I bring in just 1 more archer here, I can grab another kill on a spearman. Lovely. Things are going well. Lost 4, killed 4, and stole 1. Killed 5 and stole 1. Have more elephants, bring more elephants. Inzama! You can just go back to making council missions. And are you there? Alright. Well, we've dragged them back down to similar, which is fine. They might drag us back down to weaker, which is annoying, but it is what it is. They are killing the units we want them to kill. So I can't argue too much with the results. Annoyingly, we're finally getting those raids we were concerned about. I'm actually kind of surprised it took this long. And we got a volcanic eruption in Elefante. Greece declares war in Assyria. Not really what we wanted to see. That was another one of our fears, but it is what it is. Greece can become endeared to me, but become unpopular or becomes estranged for me. And I become proud. I will take proud. I will take the extra damage, frankly. And if you're estranged, well, you're already at war. Okay. Become sickly. Sickly. What does sickly do? Sickly is just a trait? What does that mean? What does sickly mean? Ashen descent. Okay. I don't want you to be sickly. Becomes wounded. I don't want you to be sickly. But I honestly might keep the crown anyways. So I'll take the science and hope sickly isn't too bad. 10 years. Sickly. 10 years. So she might survive, or she might just be sickly for 10 years. And still no bodkin arrow! What the hell? Oh my god, how many hands must a man go through? Okay, well, I'll take the 2 free crossbows and get back to Bodkin Arrow, please and thank you. All right. We lost another 3, but they're just spearmen and conscripts, so we don't really care. They still aren't bringing any level 8 units, which quite frankly is a massive godsend. You don't always get this lucky, guys, so we'll take what we can get. Longbow is good. Do we have any good generals for you? Not really. Let's start with the back line. Dish out some damage where we can. Finish off with our range. Quick kill. Step over, shoot, bring in more ranged. Oh, nothing's going to finish you. You got to be finished with 2 shots, which is super annoying, but frankly, not so bad. We can just one-shot you from here, so that's pretty good. These guys aren't too much of a worry. I can just wipe you off the face of the earth really quick. But this isn't a fun event. This is a terrible event. Okay, I become no longer proud, which sucks, because proud's pretty good. And I become stressed. Or the general becomes disappointed with me, and he's my best general, my best unit. I can handle disappointment. You'll still be in the positives. Too bad, but I'm not going to sweat it out too hard. We do want to steal more units. As long as we keep targeting the spears like we have, our elephants are becoming scarier and scarier. I'm not quite ready to jump all the way in, but I'm getting close. Do some damage where we can, kill from a safe location, move in our additional cannon fodder to take the hits. Might as well kill this slinger because it's just here. And I don't like the look of it. Move in additional cannon fodder. We love us some cannon fodder. And I think I'm ready to maybe start moving back on Murad. Still picking up a lot of kills, still have a lot of orders, and still have a lot of elephants sitting around. Murad is just right here. We can get 4 elephants on it. What will that look like? Looks like a lot of damage to me. Okay, so you do 5. You do 4, so that's 9. You do 7, that's 16. And you do another 4. Do I have that right? Do I take this city right now? Oh, awesome. All right, well, that's one city. That's pretty quick. I will take this conscript and start running you in so you can help defend. Because once we capture this city, we'll rotate and capture next if they fall that easy, and we need people to hold the cities while we keep pushing the front line. We got 6 kills that turn, so even with our major units being distracted, we are still demolishing them up here. And I think that's the turn of the battle. We are officially similar in strength. 2 more longbows are coming online. We have a pretty solid push. Still decent stockpiles of both training and civics. Way too much gold to know what to do with. We can even build a wonder if we wanted to. My lord, look at our economy. Well, guys, I mean, I don't really think there's much more to do. I think I leave it here, and we pick it up in the next one. Hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Conquest games are always a lot of fun. And in the meantime, happy conquering.